You're a beginner Raspberry Pi. I'm going to teach you how to install, how to get the Raspberry Pi for first time running config, upgrade, firmware, everything in this video today. How you doing, everyone? This is Dario from MEDIABOXENT here today. Like I promised, we're going to start with Raspberry Pi 3. So these are the beginning. So for those guys who just bought one of these units and you want to learn how to install it, I promise I make it simple. Way you understand it real fast. It's the only video you need to have this beautiful installation. We got a few things we're going to go over in this thing. As you see here, we're going to install the Raspbian with Pixel. This is a full installation for beginners. Okay. First thing to know, you're going to go into my site. Okay. Here we see Raspberry Pi. We're going to click on it. And then we have all the information. Okay. So what we're going to be doing first, we're going to be downloading the software requires for the image. We're going to install the image. We're going to make some modifications to the config file, because if you're going to search on it, there's a lot of people having problems when just install first time the OS on the Raspberry Pi. You get all blurry fonts. So we're going to fix it. I'm going to save a lot of hassles. Okay, we're going to make some configuration. We're going to change the raspi-config. Make sure we set the right keyboard. Make sure we set the time. And many other things we're going to be running in the config. But you're going to, very important, we're going to upgrade the firmware. I see a lot of these videos, they don't show you how to upgrade the firmware. We're going to upgrade. We're going to upgrade and downgrade the software. I mean, upgrade the software and update the software. Few other things, and then we have a lot of fun. So you guys can have a lot of fun with this. Okay. So this is the software we're going to be downloading. We're going to be downloading the Raspbian with Pixel. Okay, then we need to get, these are the must to get, okay, the image, and then you're gonna need to get Win32, this image. Okay, this tutorial will be for Windows. I do not have a Mac, so that's why I cannot do the Mac tutorial. So this is a Windows tutorial. So we're gonna get this. Recommend the software. I would recommend you to get this, the Ssh Client. So now you can control your Raspberry Pi from anywhere. You don't need a monitor. When you set it up, you can have it whatever you're going to do, measure temperature or whatever the case will be for this unit. You can, again, Notepad Plus, pretty important. We're going to make changes on the Notepad. Later on in the future, you're going to make changes on the program. So you want to get this. And also Vnc. We're going to download, we're going to install it too, because you want to be able to control. We can control it two ways. We can control it to the Ssh Client, or maybe you like to have a remote screen, so you can log in and see a remote screen. So when you set it up, you no longer need a monitor. You can just sit in your desktop computer and your laptop, or your phone, whatever, and you can reprogram. You can make changes. You can use it for whatever you want without having a monitor. And just plug in the 5 volts. That's it. It's wireless. So the only thing it needs is 5 volts, and you can live anywhere in the house, and you can log in to this little unit. Okay, so minimum requirement 4 gig. I do recommend you 8 gig. Okay, 8 gig. In this case, we're going to be using a 16 gigabyte memory card. No, makes a difference for you, but you want to get at least 4. 8, I said 8 is the minimum if you want to be doing, experiments or make changes. And this is some of the process we're going to be doing. Okay, I type here, so you don't need to memorize anything. I'm going to show you how you're going to copy paste it real easy, saving the time of typing. Here I'm going to show you what we're going to be using. We're going to actually, if you want, you can copy paste this, but we're going to be doing it manually. We're going to change it right away before we even start it. Okay, so this changes. And the second one, this is in case you have a BJ monitor. I went through this a while ago when I was playing a lot with those Raspberry Pi. If you have an old display and you want to connect your BJ monitor, well, you have to get the adapter, and I'm going to show you, put your link. You don't need to buy from this company. I just give a link. I have no interest to this company. Really don't care. So you can guys buy from whatever you want. I just paste it. Just you guys have an idea what you guys need. Okay, there are many more, maybe cheaper, more expensive. That if you want to have your Raspberry Pi connected right on BGA, so you need to get an adapter. But that to work, we need to copy and paste this. Okay, so we're not going to be using this right now for this tutorial, but if you're planning to have it somewhere there, an old monitor, an old VGA display, you know, a lot of people use that. I used to use that just to do my to play around with Raspberry Pi. But honest, once it's done, like in remote, you do everything, and that's it. All right, so first thing we got to do here, I'm going to show you where we're going to be going. So first we're going to go into the Raspbian and we can download this. Okay, you can download it to torrent, but you don't need the software. So the best thing is just go ahead and download the image. Takes a while here. This takes about 2 hours. Okay, I previously downloaded already, but it can take a while. Notepad plus Notepad plus. Maybe you want to use any other version. I do recommend this is the one everybody's using. It's free, okay, and you can download it, no problem. And if you have the 64 version, you have Windows 10 64, you can download the 64 version. These are all the things you don't have to get, but I do recommend you to get it now before we move on to the video. You're going to be downloading the Vnc Viewer. Depends if you're on a Windows, Mac, Linux. Well, obviously, if you're on Raspberry Pi, you know already what to do. But you can download the Windows version, Android version, Chrome version. Okay, so my case, I did download the Windows version, and I'm going to execute it, and I'm going to show you what they look like. And right there, actually, you see what I was working on it. And now you can actually, again, create your own account through the Vnc Viewer, or they call it the Vnc Connect, or real VNC. You can create an account for free and allow you, I think, 4 connections. So automatically, when you connect your Raspberry Pi, it will pop up over here, and you just hit here and connect. That's an extra, okay? But we're gonna do that anyway. And this is a must to get. We need to get the Win32 disk maker, the disk image maker. So we need to get this to create the image. So I guess you guys download everything. So let's get the image running. All right. So now we're gonna load Win32 this image. Okay, now we know we downloaded on the my download directory. Maybe in case you have a different directory. I know it's my E drive, so we're gonna look for it. Okay, right over here, right over here. I'm gonna click open, and we're gonna write it. We click yes. I know that my memory card is the E drive, so say yes. In format, but and meanwhile this is formatted, I want to show you something. And actually I did here now. I remember when we was talking in the beginning, you didn't see the number 4 section. It's the format 4.0 for Windows. If you ever have a problem that you try to format your card and you try to run the Win32 this image, and it gives you that is protected, cannot be deleted because you pre-formatted or pre-install Raspbian or different OS, I do recommend you this software. It's format 4.0. You put the letter of the drive, you click options, you put on, and then you do full erase, and you click OK, and guarantee, and then you format. Guarantee will be clean, no problems, because I went through that and I searched the net, and a lot of people having that problem. Why can I format my SD card? Even it's good for any other occasion, so it's a good utility in case ever keep a problem. I just add into my blog, just a note in the side. Okay, so we're gonna pause the video. Okay, so at this point we're done. We're not gonna remove the card. There's many ways to do it, but believe me, this will save you a lot of hassle. Get the blurry screen, so we're gonna fix it right from the beginning. So remember, I told you need to get Notepad++. Some people say, well, how about if you can use the SSH tool again? Well, you can even make the IP address out of there. So what we're going to do now, we're going to edit, and I show you exactly what you need to do. Okay, so I remember it was the E drive, right? We remember we're going to go into, let's go into my PC, and let's look here. That was the drive. That's I just finished forming. This one has Raspberry. I never run it yet, so it's still my Windows computer. We're gonna double click and we're gonna open the config.txt file. Okay, right over here. The first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna remove that sign, and now it's gonna say disable over scan 1. Gonna go all the way down, and we're gonna set the graphic to 1280 by 720. I think it's a good graphic. You can push it to 1080 even more, but believe me, it goes real slow. Start going slow, so it's a good resolution, and it works perfect. All right, at this point we're gonna save it, and done. Now we're gonna remove the card and insert the card into the Raspberry Pi. Okay, let's power it up. And it's pretty fast. Now we see the fonts. It's perfect and clear. I will show you in the video. I'm going to show you what it looks like now. I'm going to show you another screen, and you see what it looks like original without making that modification. Lagans automatic. I'm going to teach you how to change that if you want. We're going to pause the video for a little bit, and we're in. First time. We see here the desktop. Everything perfect. Oh, I'm just pressing browser. But before we're going to do this, we need to connect to the internet. So there's Raspberry Pi 3 already comes with Bluetooth. Let's close this. And wireless 2.4. Okay. So we are right over here. We're going to turn it on. And right over here, we see that's my network. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to enter my key. And we are connected. We're going to connect. That's it. We can see now. I see my IP address. It's 45. All right. Make sure to see if it can run the browser. And it's working perfect. We're going to run the terminal. And right over here, we're going to type exactly. If you remember, I will show you on the screen. So this is exactly what we need to type. So let's go to my terminal. We're on the Raspberry. We type sudo raspi-config. Okay, so now we're going to expand the file system. A few seconds, done. Next, we're going to change the password. Remember, use is always spice. We're gonna change. In my case, we're gonna type hello. Okay, so it's done. We change that. We're gonna check the boot options, and you can see the first one is text console. Okay, and user required to log in, and the next one is automatic login with the user pipe, and you'll be at the console mode. The next one is the one you see by default. Naturally, the one by default is the one after. This one is the desktop, but require you to enter the password. And the next one is the default one. Automatic logins, you're gonna have to type any password. So it depends on the use. If you're gonna be using to run some type of console and you don't care about the graphics, you run either option 1 or 2. What we're gonna do now, we're gonna run the one so and show you. Let's start a reset. Going to be running the one it requires user to log in with a screen desktop. So we're going to execute that one. Okay. Yeah, we're nothing to do over there. We're going to touch the network. Let's put it off the network, and we're going to go and change the location. So because it's set by UK, so we're gonna have to go all the way down and change to USA, and by pressing a space bar, you see right there, you press a space bar, and then tab key will get you back. Okay, because this even set up all the UK format. Okay, so we get English, we tap key. Okay, let's connect the characters now. Location, everything. Did not take too much time. just a little bit. Done. We're gonna go back into the international options, and we're gonna change the time zone. In my case, I'm a USA Eastern. Click on it. Done. If we got one more time, we're gonna check the Wi-Fi country. We don't have to, but why not? Since we're here, we do it. We go to United States. We tap key, say OK, and done. Okay, so if you have a camera, you're gonna enable right over here. In the case I do not have a camera, okay, we'll leave it there. And then from there, we're gonna go all the way down to advanced options. Okay, and here, if you like to change your name, that will be the case. If you want to call something else, your weather station, your game machine, you can change the name. We're gonna leave it the way it is for the purpose of this video. We put OK. Go back to advanced. Okay, and that will be the chance to select the memory. I will do 256. Okay, we do 256. We go back, see if anything else we have to change. Yes, this is on anyway, but we can say yes because we want to make sure we can enable the SSH, and we can like it remote. One selection, and we want to turn on this case. Yes, Vnc is off by default. We're gonna turn it on. Okay, that's enabled now. We go back, as you see in the tab. Pay attention, right over here went on. You see right there, so the service started. We're gonna go back there. In case if you're gonna be running now the chips, you're gonna execute this. We're gonna do mounting all those things. Audio, we can leave it automatic, or you can force it to the HDMI. We're gonna leave it automatically, and that's it. That's the only thing we need to do with this. All right, we're gonna escape here, and here now we're gonna reboot the machine, and that's what it's gonna be typing sudo shutdown -r reset. Okay, so now we got a few ways to log into the machine. In this case, we can do the VT, right? The VNC, and we see right there the IP address. So we can tap down the browser, or we can execute the one we downloaded before. As we see there, we connect. We hit connect. We're gonna give that a shot. We're gonna connect. We accept there the connection, and done. Check it out. Now practically I can disconnect the monitor because already recognized it's always the same IP. So it's real nice. You can make all your changes. You can use full screen and everything. So this is good if you run it like a desktop. If you run in shell mode or terminal mode, then you want the SSH. We're gonna run an SSH anyway. It's kind of easy to paste and copy. Make life much easier. Okay, let's run out from window SSH. You see it right over there. We type the IP address. It was already preset. You can even create different profiles and different users. Kind of nice. Pipe is the username, and remember that my password was hello. We're gonna log in. We have to accept that key, and that's only once, and then memorize it. Done. Look, we got the terminal, and then we had the file transfer. It's kind of nice because now I can send some files from Windows, and actually, as you see here, I'm running the Vnc, and at the same time I'm running the terminal mode. We got both running. But what this is nice is now I can go into my Windows machine and actually move any files from there to there, or do a modification of the text file, copy it over, so it makes life very simple. Okay, so we're going to be executing the SSH from Windows. Make life easy to copy and paste. We're not going to use them for the Vnc. So we're going to Control copy C, and right when you get into the terminal mode, You're not going to press any key, just your right button of your mouse. It will do it. You just hit once, as you see in the screen. It happened about a minute. Yeah, we got it right over there. Let me copy again. I guess I copy wrong. I copied the. All right. So right button, you're not gonna press any key. Right button in your mouse. That's the only thing you have to do. And automatically will copy. So we securing the firmware update. So remember, Control C to copy. No keys at all. Right button of your mouse. That if you are in SSH for Windows, that's the only thing you need to do. This takes a little bit. All right, it's got updated. I have it in mine already, so didn't have to, but you see the process there. Yeah, and that's it. So now let's execute the next line, and then we're gonna do a reset. Next line. To reset, you see Control C, and then the right mouse mark. That's it. We're gonna reset the Raspberry Pi. Okay, remember I said I changed the way now. So now we have to type hello. That's what we did. All right, so we're gonna look into the next line now. Now we're gonna update the system. That don't take too long. Anyway, we pause the video. Now the next section, the upgrade, the next line, that takes about 25 minutes. You guys, you need to have a lot of patience. Okay, this one does take long time. Okay, you gotta click yes. It's always gotta click yes. There's a lot of updates, so this takes long time. I think it took about 20. Okay, so we're still in update. So here we got another question. So yeah, it takes about 25 minutes, and there are a few questions you got to answer. Mostly always is yes for the upgrade. And now we finish. Like I said, it took forever. Now we're gonna execute the next line, and that should go pretty fast now. It's only a few seconds. So that way we make sure the Raspberry Pi is up and running perfect. You update it, now you can use it for whatever you want. So it's nice. We're gonna, just in case we're gonna run the Vnc again, make sure it's updated. I think it's not gonna install if it's already done. And one more line. Then we're gonna reset the unit, and we're done. That's it. And you get that information, let you know it's been upgraded. You can check the log if you want. Okay, so what do you guys think? It was a pretty good video. It was good for beginners. I went through the whole installation. And you know what? Let's play Minecraft just to have fun. And remember, if you got any comments, any question, anything you want to see on the Raspberry, leave it right below the video. And I will see you next time. Having a lot of fun on the new Raspberry Pi 3 with a lot of new projects coming up. Enjoy. Bye.